Next up on the 2016 paper was surds. So we've got to do here, simplify these so that they're in the form a root 2. So what we do is we simplify root 50. So two things that multiply together to make 50, and one of them is most likely going to be 2. So it's going to be root 25 root 2 minus root 18, which is going to be root 9 root 2. That's going to be 5 root 2. Take away 3 root 2 because the square root of 9 is 3. That's going to leave us with 2 root 2. Nice and easy, 2 marks there. So it says hence or otherwise simplify this thing here. So hence means that we're going to use the previous term. So square root of 50 minus the square root of 18. We can rewrite this as 12 root 3 over 2 root 2. Now what we're going to do is we're going to rationalize the bottom. So we need it looking like something root something. So if we've got a square root of 2 on the bottom, excuse me, square root of 2 on the bottom, we can times top and bottom by root 2. So on the top you're going to have 12 root 6. On the bottom, root 2 times root 2 is 2. So that bit there is 2. And times that by the 2 that's already on the bottom, which is 4. So we've got 12 root 6 over 4. And if we simplify 12 over 4, that simply goes to 3. So 3 root 6. That's how to do the 2016 one. So now if we have a look at the 2015 paper, this was the first question. Now loads of people make mistakes on this one. 2 root 5 squared means 2 root 5 times 2 root 5, but you don't do the smiley face method with this one. You're just going to do 2 times 2, root 5 times root 5. So 2 times 2 is 4. Root 5 times root 5 is 5, so it's 4 times 5, which equals 20. Let's be really careful with that. So now we've got to rationalize the bottom. So here we've got a square root on the bottom plus something else, or minus something else. So what we do with that one is we times top and bottom by whatever's on the bottom. You just change the sign in the middle. So 3 root 2, so we're going to times top and bottom by 2 root 5 plus 3 root 2. 2 root 5 plus 3 root 2. So root 2 times 2 root 5 is going to equal 2 root 10. Root 2 times root 2 is 2, times by 3 is going to be 6. So that's going to be plus 6. On the bottom, 2 root 5 times 2 root 5, we already know that 2 root 5 squared is 20, so that's going to be 20. And then we've got 3 root 2, different colour, minus 3 root 2 plus 3 root 2, that's going to be a minus. That's going to be minus. 3 times 3 is 9, root 2 times root 2 is 2, so that's going to be 9 times 2, so that's going to be take away 18. Then you've got minus 6 root 10. Then you've got plus 6 root 10, and in all these cases, these bits are going to cancel out. So we've got 2 root 10 plus 6 over 2. So 2 over 2 means that you're going to be left with 1 root 10 plus 3. And if you write it as 3 plus root 10, then it's in this format here. That was 2015. 2014 one. First of all, we've got to write root 80 as something root 5. So root 80, break down something times 5. So how many times 5 go into 80? It goes in there 16 times, which isn't surprising because we can do the square root of 16. It could be that you make a mistake and you write 14. Now the reason that you know you've made a mistake is that you can't do the square root of 14. So root 16 root 5, so that's going to be 4 root 5. So now the next question, it's a little bit more in depth, this one. So we've got a rectangle, it's worth just sketching that out. It has a length of 1 plus root 5, and the area is root 80. So this times by this makes root 80. So this divided by this makes this. So what we need to do is square root of 80 divided by 1 plus root 5. And now it looks exactly the same as this question here, question B. And then we've got to write that in this format here. So the way we simplify root 80 over 1 plus root 5 is, I'd probably write that as 4 root 5 over 1 plus root 5 times top and bottom by 1 minus root 5. Then 4 lots of that is going to be 4 root 5. And then 4 root 5 times minus root 5 is going to be a minus. Root 5 times root 5 is going to be 5. Times by 4 is going to be 20. So that's going to be minus 20. Then we've got 1. And we've got root 5 times minus root 5, so it's going to be minus 5. Plus root 5 minus root 5, which of course always disappear. So then if we bring that over to the left hand side of the screen, what we've got is 4 root 5 minus 20 over minus 4. So then if we times everything by minus 1, that's going to be 20 plus 20 minus 4 root 5 over 4. So 20 over 4 is 5. 4 root 5 over 4 is going to be 1 root 5. So we've got 5 minus root 5. And that's the answer to the 2014 paper.